Demonstrators are demanding transparency from the Norfolk Police Department. They say the public is entitled to review police use of force reports. At least a half a dozen people are still camped out in front of City Hall for a second day of the sit-in. This after the police chief said he would not release the records. News 3 reporter Kofo Lasaki spoke to the activists as well as a former Norfolk officer who says the information shouldn't be public.
It's day 2 of the sit-in demanding the release of police use of force reports. But at this time, there's no sign that that's going to happen, and there's no telling how long these demonstrators are willing to wait.
They're calling it a sit-in, but it's more like a camp out, complete with grills, food, water, and of course, several tents.
The systemic oppression that holds us all back is so real, and it's unfortunate that it takes protests and looting and riots to open eyes.
Activists like Juniper Walbrook are demanding to see Norfolk police use of force reports.
And it's a form where you fill out, that each officer fill out, saying what force was used, whether it's just the hands, a nightstick, taser, or whatever. What was the charges of the suspect? And was there any injuries or not? And if there were injuries, did they go to the hospital?
Monday, Police Chief Larry Boone said he won't release the record since it's not required by law.
Legislation that precluded officers or police departments from releasing that information due to officers being threatened. We want it done right, and we want it done based on science, not emotion.
Demonstrators say the reports are necessary for transparency.
We should know what we're paying for, and we should know what our neighbors are going through. And we should be able to identify whatever trends there are or are not.
Richard James, retired Norfolk police officer with 25 years of service, doesn't believe they should be made public.
The officer can get an excessive force complaint before a thorough investigation can be done, where they go out and talk to members of the public, witnesses and stuff, to determine that this was a false report. And I've had false reports put on me before.
He worries about the damage it could do to a good officer's reputation, but thinks there should be community oversight.
Well, I totally agree with citizen review boards that fall underneath the direction of the city manager or the mayor. And then that citizen review board, which be people from the diverse parts of the community that will have access to that particular information. And then they can notify the public on it.
For now, demonstrators say they want systemic change and they're ready to wait for it.
If this turns into a 365 thing, then so be it.
In Norfolk, Kofo Lasaki, News 3.